any snake dumb enough to bite him instantly got convulsions and died. One day, Schreck's parents kissed things over and decided it was about time their little darling was out in the world doing his share of damage. So they kicked him goodbye, and Schreck left the black hole in which he'd been hatched. Schreck went slogging along the road, giving off his awful fumes. It delighted him to see the flowers bend aside and the trees lean away to let him go by. In a shady copse, he came across a witch. She was busy boiling bats in turpentine and turtle juice, and as she stirred, she crooned, "This is the way I cook my bats, stir my bats, taste my bats, season my bats in the morning, stew and brew and chew my bats, diddle and fiddle and faddle my bats early in the morning." "What a lovely stench," Schreck cackled. The witch specialized in horrors, but one single look at Schreck made her woozy. When she recovered her senses, Schreck said, "Tell my fortune, madam, and I'll let you have a few of my rare lice." "Splendid," crowed the witch. "Here's your fortune. Otchky potchky, itchky pitch, pay attention to this witch. A donkey takes you to a knight. Him you conquer in a fight. Then you wed a princess who is even uglier than you. Ha ha ha! And cock-a-doodle, the magic words are apple strudel." "A princess?" Schreck cried. "I'm on my way." Soon he came upon a peasant, singing and scything. "You there, varlet," said Schreck. "Why so blithe?" The peasant mumbled this reply, "I'm happy scything in the rye. I never stop to wonder why. I'll hone and scythe until I die. But now I'm busy, so goodbye." "Yokel!" Schreck snapped. "What have you in that pouch of yours?" "Just some cold pheasant." "Pheasant? Pheasant? What a pleasant present!" The last
Let's get it! Oh, hold on! Do you know what that thing could do to you? Yeah, it'll grind your bones for its bread.
Yes, well, actually, that would be a giant. Now, ogres, well, they're much worse. They'll make a suit from your freshly peeled skin. No! They'll shave your liver, squeeze the jelly from your eyes. Actually, it's quite good on toast.
Back! Back, please! Back! I warn you!
Right.
This is the part where you run away.
The thing the peasant saw before he fainted was Schreck's glare warming up his dinner. Schreck ate and moved on. Wherever Schreck went, every living creature fled. How it tickled him to be so repulsive. Fat raindrops began sizzling on Schreck's hot knob. "Did you ever see somebody so disgusting?" said Lightning to Thunder. "Never," Thunder growled. "Let's give him the works." Lightning fired his fiercest bolt straight at Schreck's head. Schreck just gobbled it, belched some smoke, and grinned. Lightning, thunder, and rain departed. In high spirits, Schreck stalked on. At the edge of a woods, he found this warning nailed to a tree. "Hearken, stranger, shun the danger. If you plan to stay the same, you'd best go back from whence you came." Schreck, of course, swaggered right past. And sure enough, a little way into the woods, a whopper of a dragon barred his path. Schreck smiled and bowed. The dragon slammed him to the ground, but Schreck just lay there. He was amused. The irascible dragon was preparing to separate Schreck from his noggin, but Schreck got him between the eyes with a putrid blue flame. The poor dragon thudded over, unconscious for the day. An hour later, Schreck himself was unconscious. He had fallen asleep along the way. He dreamed he was in a field of flowers where children frolicked and birds warbled. Some of the children kept hugging and kissing him, and there was nothing he could do to make them stop. He woke up in a daze, babbling like a baby. It was only a bad dream, a horrible dream. Schreck wandered on. He was wondering if he'd ever meet his princess, when he saw a donkey grazing. Was this the donkey the witch had foretold? Schreck hurried over and tried the magic words. Apple strudel. The donkey raised his sleepy eyes and brayed. I gaze in the green as I graze in the green, seeking out the clover. I laze and spend my days in the green, a chewing, chomping rover. You jabbering jackass, Schreck screamed. Aren't you supposed to take me somewhere? I am, to the nutty knight who guards the entrance to the crazy castle where the repulsive princess waits. Then take, Schreck shrieked, and he hopped onto the donkey's back. They soon came to a drawbridge where a suit of armor stood. Schreck knocked on the breastplate and demanded, Who dwells inside this armor, and also in yonder castle? In here a fearless knight, in there a well-born fright, was the answer. It's my princess, said Schreck, the one I'm to wed. Over my dead body, roared the fearless knight. Over your dead body, Schreck agreed. Not so brave, thou churlish knave, countered the knight. Do me the honor to step aside so Schreck can go to meet his bride, Schreck commanded. Magician's mercury, plumber's lead, I smite your stupid scabby head. And the knight smote. Schreck popped his eyes, opened his trap, and bellowed a blast of fire. The knight, red hot, dove into the stagnant moat. With a nasty snort of triumph, Schreck crossed the bridge and marched into the castle, and there, for the first time ever, he found out what fear was. All around him were hundreds of hideous creatures. He was so appalled he could barely manage to spit a bit of flame. All those horrid others spat back. He started to run, they all ran. He lashed out at the nearest one, but what he struck was glass. Schreck was in the Hall of Mirrors. They're all me, he yodeled. All me! He faced himself full of rabid self-esteem.